Welcome to Walina Crochets. This podcast is about crocheting, having fun, and playing with yarn. This is the month of December, episode 15, and I thought I would do a cozy Christmas. So I will share with you some of my wearables, some of my accessories, and some of my home decorations for Christmas. Hello to new and returning viewers, and thank you to my subscribers. Welcome everyone. So let's begin. What am I wearing? I am wearing my blue sparkle vest. This vest was created with 4-ply acrylic yarn and blue sparkle with silver metallic yarn running through it. And I used silver buttons to complete the look of the vest. The vest has various stitches such as single crochet, double crochet, and shell stitches to create this festive vest. So here's the vest here. And you can see the variety of stitches in different sections and the silver buttons running up the entire vest. This vest I like to consider for Christmas because you can wear blue and silver, but you can also use it for any other holiday events that you have, which doesn't give you that Christmas, ugly Christmas sweater feel. I almost forgot, when I created this vest, I also created a matching hat. As you can see, it has the blue metallic yarn and also white metallic yarn with the silver metallic yarn running through it, and I created a little pom-pom. This hat was easy to create because I just created 2 triangles, working from the fattest part to the thinnest part, and then sewed them together to create my Christmas hat. So the first sweater I would like to show you is using the traditional colors of Christmas. And what I did here is I created this little vest, and I used green metallic yarn. As you can see, the green yarn has a little shimmer going through it, but this one uses green metallic yarn running through it. And then I found all my Christmas yarns because every year I like to collect them. And in this one, I used the fur on top with some white yarn on the sides. And then, of course, everyone recognizes this traditional Christmas yarn that's created. This one was by Peaches and Cream. So the next one I have is, and I use this design throughout different Christmas items, is the Christmas tree, because that's the easiest design to create when you're just thinking about making a vest or pillow or something for Christmas. So here's my tapestry crochet Christmas tree in red and white, and I surrounded it with the Christmas yarns using directional crochet. And then in the back I kept it simple, just using a granny square stitch. Usually when I'm creating Christmas and you want to go really fast, I usually choose the granny stitch because it's open, it's lacy, and it moves pretty fast. Because during Christmas I have other items to create, so if I create something for myself, I want it to move fast so I can get to the gifts that I'm giving people for Christmas. The next item that I have is my Santa Claus that I created in the traditional colors of green, red, and white. And this is the front. And I use a little bit of that Christmas yarns around the armholes and the neck. And this is how the back looks. As you can see in the Santa, for the face, I used the fur yarn to give it a little bit more dimension. The next sweater that I want to show you is a shrug. This could go with something really simple because you don't want something so festive, but you just want that hint of Christmas. So I thought I would create this shrug. And again, when you see it, you'll see that I used the Christmas tree because that's easy for me to create in my mind without a diagram. So here it is here. And I'll post pictures of me wearing these items so you can get a better look at it. So here's the shrug that I created. I think it came out really nice. You know, everyone has white yarn, so white works perfectly for Christmas along with the red and the green. And then I had some bulky red and white yarn that I put here. And you'll see the red and white yarn again in another design that I created. And then I used a rib cuff to create this little shrug. And it has a little ruffle around the neck to give it a little bit more flash for the holidays. The sweaters that I showed you are from Christmas past, and I wanted to create something for this year that was a little different, that used the Christmas colors but not the Christmas yarn of the red, white, and green together. So I saw this design in the Knit Picks catalog, and I wanted to graph it. So this is the design that I saw. It's their Santa Claus pillow, and I wanted to create that in a top. So this is the top here. I think I did a pretty good job of recreating the Santa Claus. I'll bring closer so that you can see. And then it's surrounded in red and white yarn, gold metallic yarn, and on the back I kept it a little traditional with the Santa Claus colors, so it looks like Santa's suit in the back. The yarns that I used in this sweater were Red Hearts red and white yarn, 4-ply worsted weight acrylic yarn, and I had some brown and black from the same company, and I put it in the sweater. And then this is the bulky red and white yarn that I used from Bernat. And then I put in a little of the white Chanel yarn, and that white Chanel yarn is Premier Just Chanel, and this came from the dollar store. And it works out really nice for Christmas items because it gives you a little bit more glam for the item. And as you can see, I incorporated some of the gold metallic yarn in the back and did some tapestry crochet here and here in red and white. And I think it came out really nice. And so the gold yarn, if you can see, I used 2 types of gold yarn just to give it a little bit more glitz around the neck. The other yarns that I use for the sweater are, I love this yarn, cotton yarn. It's called Red Monkey. Oh, sorry, Monkey Red. And this works perfectly for Christmas items because it gives you that red and white stripe. And I use Date Night from Lion Brand. And then I also had a gold lame from Lovecrafts. And I combined all these yarns with the acrylic. So the last sweater I want to show you, and I'll be wearing it this weekend, is my Santa baby sweater. I did a female Santa Claus, and this is her here. And as you can see, I used the black metallic yarn and green metallic yarn from Joann's. And I think they work really nice together with the burgundy and pumpkin color. And again, her hat is made with that white fur yarn here and here to give it a little bit more dimension. I think it came out really nice. And this is the back. And I just made it a lacy stitch in the back. When I'm creating these sweaters, depending on the weather and where I'm going, the little airy lacy part is nice because you get a little breeze. Because sometimes it's too hot to even put a little tank top underneath. So with the lacy stitch, it gives you a little breeze so you're not as hot when wearing it. So I just want to share with you some of the home decorations that I crocheted. Some of the items I crocheted from last year, but I'm going to use it again this year in my decorations for Christmas. One of the items that I created was this huge shawl that I would drape over the back of the couch to make it a little bit more festive during the holidays. And what I did is all the patterns came from this magazine, Christmas Ornaments, Special Holiday Edition from last year. And I wanted to use oranges and burgundies and greens, and that's what I created here. And I'll post a picture so that you can see all the designs that I use tapestry crochet. As you can see, I use a Santa here. I have a reindeer, stockings, a candy cane, a gingerbread man. You can see the wreath, you can see the sled. It was fun to create because I love just creating designs from I love creating smaller designs and then combining it into one big piece as a jigsaw puzzle. And I think it came out really nice. Other decorations that I made for Christmas are Christmas balls, Christmas sweaters, and these are some of the items that I created. I created this Christmas ball from Fun Fur in a circle, and it hangs really nice on a tree because it has a little glitter and glam, and it fills in any open space on the tree. What I created was this little crochet sweater in traditional Christmas colors. Here's another one where I used the fur yarn. And then what I did is I found these plastic balls that you can fill, and I just filled them with yarn. So my tree will truly be a crochet Christmas tree. And here's a round one that I created. Just by opening it up and putting your little scrap yarns in here, so you can always save your scrap yarns for the end of the year and buy these little balls and fill them. Christmas items that I created came from the month-to-month dishcloth book. I love creating some of the designs, and throughout the year I created a few. I was going to create all of them for the entire month, but I did miss a few months. But for Christmas, I wanted to end on these lovely designs. So one is a Christmas ball and one is the Santa suit. So this is the Christmas ball here. As you can see, I use a variety of colors. I used the latte yarn from Karen. I used a Christmas yarn, variegated yarn in rose, pink, and white, as opposed to just the bright red and white. Surrounded it with green yarn, and then I used the gold lame yarn to create the little Christmas ball holder here. And the lame yarn works really nice because it might be too thin to create something and take you time, but it's a perfect accent to anything, as I showed you in the sweater and as I'm showing you here. For the Santa mat, what I did is I created a little cup cozy. I took a mug and covered it in the pattern. I had to reduce the number of rows because the cup was shorter than the 34 rows. But I think it came out really nice. And again, you can see the gold lame yarn that I used in this design. And then here's the Karen latte yarn, because it gives you a little fuzzy, so I thought it was cute to add to the design. And then I'm gonna make a few of these and put this on my table for Christmas. Christmas would be complete without Christmas stockings. Here are my Christmas stockings in the colors of peach and pumpkin and rust. And I thought they came out really nice. And again, as you can see, I used the Christmas tree theme. This came from Cozy Up Knits, and this was another pattern that I found. Because the Christmas trees are easy to make, as you can see. They're easy to do tapestry crochet with. And I just mixed and matched yarns. I just found various metallic yarns to add to the stockings to give it some glitter. So as you can see, I used the green metallic yarn from Joann's. And in this one, the metallic yarn came from Hobby Lobby's yarn. And I think they came out really nice. And to create the stockings, just find any pattern and make it your own. You just need the basic formula to create the stockings, and then you can just go with that. You know, create the original pattern first and then alter the colors to make it your stocking and how you would like it. For Christmas, I love to crochet gifts for people, and they love receiving them. So this year I thought I would try something different. Instead of just giving scarves and hats, I thought I would try like earrings, slippers, arm wristlets. So here are the items here. Here's a set of earrings that I finished. And what I did is I bought ready-made earrings and just added crochet circles to them to give it a little bit more dimension and length. And you can find these earrings and stuff at Joann's or Michael's. So here are some packages that I found. I found a whole set of earrings, and I can add different pieces to it to make it longer, circles, squares. And this is great when you have thin yarn, scrap yarn, to make little sorry, to make earrings for different people or for yourself. Another package is this package that had little charms. And they have different sayings, so you could add it to your pillows, you could add it to ready-made sweaters or crochet sweaters that you're making. And I thought this would be a nice added touch to any item that you're creating. So some of the items that I'm creating for Christmas as gifts included the earring, but it also includes these slippers that I'm making. The slippers are easy to make. They're from Pamela during Crochet's tutorial, and it was simple. I altered it just a little bit, but the design is really simple to follow. So here are the two pair here. And this is the other one. And this one I combined it with the Bernat velvet yarn. And this yarn is nice and soft, so the toes on here will feel really nice. But I didn't want to do the whole thing in the velvet yarn. I wasn't sure how the velvet yarn would work if you walked on it continuously, so that's why I mixed it with the Bernat shimmer yarn. The other items that I'm working on are these wristlets that I got the pattern from Bag O' Day Crochet by Crystal. I saw these little wristlets and I thought they were cute. Instead of just making straight arm wristlets, I thought it would be fun to change it up a little bit, and it gives you just a little Victorian feel, and I thought they came out really nice. And I just have to weave in the strings. The other pair I created from my own design, and basically it took a thin yarn, a size 1 or 2 yarn, and I just created the shell stitch with an open V-stitch. And I think they came out nice. I just have to add some buttons to it. And it just adds a little bit more flair to any plain top. And I think they're really cute. So here's the other one too. So I think they turned out really nice. And I'll make a few more of these for gifts. This is my crochet Christmas. I hope it has inspired you. Thank you for watching. And remember, no yarn is off limits when crocheting. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And happy holidays.